Today we're going to do a few examples of division with the steps dad, mom, sister, brother, rover so that you can see them in action. Now the first thing you want to do when you are doing a division problem is you want to rewrite the division problem. You're going to read it from left to right, and this page has squares, so you're going to use these squares to your advantage to keep your numbers lined up. Nice, neat math leads to more correct answers. So let's go ahead and rewrite this math problem. 84, so I'm going to read it 84, and when I say 84, I'm going to write 84. So one number per box, 84. Then when I say divided by, I'm going to go ahead and draw my box, and then 6 goes on the outside. So 84 divided by 6. The second thing you're going to do to make your life a lot easier when dividing is to write the multiples of your divisor. That's the number on the outside of the box. So we're going to go ahead and write the multiples of 6. We're going to write 10 of them. So I'm going to do it over here on the right. So I'm going to start with 6, and then if I double it, I get 12. Triple it, I get 18. So this one is times 1, times 2, times 3, then times 4 is 24, times 5 is 30, times 6, 36, times 7 is 42, times 8 is 48, times 9 is 54, and then times 10 is 60. We're not going to need this times 10, but I always go to times 10 because then it helps me to know when I need to stop. After I have my multiples written, I can go ahead and start my division problem. So the first step in the division steps is your dad step. So we're going to go ahead and do dad divide. To do the dad step, you're going to ask yourself this question: how many groups of blank can I pull out of blank? This first blank is always going to be this number on the outside of the box. So in this case, 6. So how many groups of 6 can I pull out of? And you're going to go one at a time, these numbers here. So the first number under the box is 8. So how many groups of 6 can I pull out of 8? And you ask yourself. So let's look here on the side. On the side here we have our multiples. So 6, can I pull one group out? Yep, I can. And then I have 12. Oh, that's too much because I only have 8. So I need to hop back to 6. So the answer to my dad question is 1. How many groups of 6 can I pull out of 8? 1. That dad question answer goes right on top above your 8. Then you hit the mom multiply step. Mom multiply, I put a little multiplication sign in the corner of my division box here, and I'm going to do 1 times 6, and that gets me 6, and it's going to go right under my 8. Then we have our sister step, sister subtract. So I'm going to draw my subtraction line and draw a line across. I always go all the way across my division problem on the bottom, and I'm going to do 8 minus 6 gets me 2. Then brother bring down. So I'm going to look at my division problem. Do I have something to bring down? And the answer there is I do. Yeah, I have a 4. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an arrow to drop it down to the line. My arrow is only going to go to the line. It's not going to go below the line. My arrow is also going to touch the number I'm bringing down, so I remember that I used it. And what's going to drop below the line is that number. I brought down a 4. So now instead of 2, I have 24. Because I used the brother step, I need to go back up and repeat the dad step. So how many groups of 6 can I pull out of? And now the 8 goes away because we're actually now looking at this 24. So how many groups of 6 can I pull out of 24? So I'm going to go back to my multiples. There's 1 group. Ooh, 2 groups. 3 groups. 4 groups. And that 4 groups is actually 24, which works. So the answer there is to the dad question, how many groups of 6 can I pull out of 24? The answer there is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. Then my mom multiply. 4 times 6 is 24. If you don't know, you can go ahead and check your multiples here. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets me to 24. Then I'm going to sister subtract. 24 minus 24 is 0. Brother bring down. Is there anything left to bring down here? Nope, which means I'm done. So the answer to our division problem of 84 divided by 6 is 14. I'm also going to go ahead and do number 4 with you, so if you need another example, please follow along with me. So remember, the first step is to rewrite your problem under the box. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do number 4, 547. Now this one is written in fraction form, and we read them instead of left to right, we read it from top to bottom. So 547, remember one number per box, divided by 4. Then I'm going to go ahead and write my multiples of 4 on the side. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 is 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Once I get to 10, then I can stop. Then I'm going to go ahead and use the steps. They're listed for me right here again, and I'm going to use Dad first. Dad asked that question from above at the top of the page. How many groups of, and it's always this number on the outside, 4 can I pull out of? And we start here, right in the beginning, one number at a time. How many groups of 4 can I pull out of 5? Here's 1. 2 is 8. That's too much. So I need to jump back to 4. So how many groups is that? That's 1 group of 4. So I'm going to put a 1 up here. Then my mom step is my multiply step. And I put my little multiplication sign in the corner. I'm going to multiply around. 1 times 4 is 4. Sister is next. Draw my line and subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. And then brother bring down. Is there anything to bring down? Yeah, I have a 4 and a 7. But remember what I said at the beginning? One number at a time. So we're going to go ahead and drop that 4 down. We're going to make sure our line is touching the 4 and our arrow is touching the line but not going below the line, so we can drop our 4 below the line. Now, because we brought down, we need to use row over repeat and go all the way back up to Dad. And instead of a 4 now, we have a 14. Or instead of a 5, we have a 14. So ask ourselves the Dad question. How many groups of 4 can I pull out of? And in this case, it's 14. So let's check our multiples. 1 group is 4. 2 groups is 8. 3 groups is 12. We're getting closer. 4 groups is 16. We can't go over because we only have 14. So we have to hop back 1 to 12, which is 3 groups. So I'm going to stick up my 3 groups at the top of the line. And mom multiply around. 3 times 4 is 12. If I didn't know that, I could check my multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3 is 12. Sister subtract. I get 2. Brother bring down. Yep, we have a number to bring down. We have a 7. So my line is going to touch the 7. My arrow will touch the subtraction line, but it will not go below. So I can drop in my 7. Because I brought down, I need to use row over. How many groups of 4 can I pull out of? Now we're looking at 27. So I'm going to go back to my multiples. So I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, getting closer. 24, good. 28, whoa, that's too much. I need to jump back 1. So we're jumping back to 24. So how many multiples is that, or how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. 6 is going to go on top here. And I'm going to multiply around. 6 times 4 is 24. Sister subtract. I get 3. Brother bring down. Is there anything left to bring down here? There's no more purple. This orange is something that I added. There's nothing left to bring down, which means we're done. But you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. there's still a number down there at the bottom. That is your remainder. So you're just going to go ahead and bring him up, give your problem an R, and write that number in. We have 136 remainder 3.